Greetings from AWAN-AFRIKA. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us to participate in this important subject, which is the role of precision agriculture in agribusiness. If you allow me, I will take some few minutes to talk about AWAN-AFRIKA. We are a non-profit organization that provides a platform for African women and youth in agribusiness to access market, trade information, and finance, as envisioned in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 8, 5, 2, and 1. We are present in 43 African countries. Our network is comprised of 2,500 former women and youth owned agribusinesses. We also have 500,000 small agribusiness that supplies to small businesses. Our innovation is the initiative on AWAN and the 30 champions, who actually comprise of 40% of our entire network. Our secretariat is based in Nairobi, and we have quite a diversity when it comes to language. We communicate in English, French, Portuguese, and Arabic. Our vision is to expand our platform for women and youth in agribusiness to access markets and inclusive finance for a continental and global competitiveness, for achieving the Africa We Want Agenda 2063 through the Africa Free Trade Area. Our member distribution is actually comprised of processing, number 1, and then distribution, number 2, bulking 3, and production 38. So you can see that production and processing takes the bulk of it, and I can assure there is a lot of technology of different category that is being downloaded in those two sectors. Our member distribution, we have actually fruits and vegetables comes as number 1, cereals and pulse comes top 24, but we have spices, we have also cash crop that is 10%, and we have blue economy, especially fisheries. We have along all the coast of the continent, we have our women involved in fisheries, and some of them even owning boats, fishing boats, so it's very important, and it's a growing sector. Livestock and dairy takes 16%, and some of our members are making it as a business, and beyond the traditional way of women keeping 1 or 2 chickens and 1 goat, they have decided to make a business. Our annual turnover, you can see that you have large and small and medium. And our strategy, actually, which is the core of our business, we incubate, we enable, we facilitate, and accelerate growth for women and youth on agribusiness through our 4 pillars. Our pillars, number 1 is women in economic financial inclusion. You know that without financial capital, there is no growth in the business, but we also know that there is financial injustice in this sector, especially in women in agribusiness. Access to finance is almost quite impossible, and it's very difficult to understand and comprehend how we can grow the agriculture on the continent without investing in women and youth-owned businesses. Market access actually is also a challenge, but with the new Africa Free Trade Area is full of opportunities, but also challenges, because we'll have to prepare our agripreneur to access into that market, how to trade in that market. So trade facilitation comes in, obviously it goes with the market access, because they have to know how to trade in that market. Because even now we're having challenges of our agripreneur to trade even the local market, to be consistent with the standards, the compliance and everything. So we do a lot of interventions in training and coaching and loading information through different platforms to inform them on the rules of trade. Technology in agriculture, which is relevant, our 4th pillar, which is relevant to this conference, which I'll touch upon again later when we present our data, is something very, very important, because you can't grow agriculture today without technology. And by technology, we're talking about mechanization, we're talking about the advancing technology, soil testing, drones, growing out of soil, etc., etc. Our goal is to empower women and youth agripreneurs to leverage opportunities to increase trade in the regional markets and tap into the newly created Africa continental free trade area and beyond that, the global market. Our target is to connect 15 million women and youth engaged in agribusiness across the continent by December 2025. You can see our testimonials. We've been working with different people and we've been acknowledged by different authorities in their sector. Precision agriculture is very important. Why? Because the average age of a farmer in Africa is 60 years old, and we know that the average age of the population is 19 years. So there is a disconnect. Agriculture employs more than 70% of African rural people, majority of whom are women. Women provide 90% of rural agricultural labor, which contributes to about 16% of the continental gross domestic product. Yet, women in agriculture sector face significant barriers in accessing technology, mechanization, data on weather, soil testing, etc., electricity, high bandwidth, internet connectivity, name it, they lack everything. With that picture, precision agriculture is a priority for growth in agriculture value chains and in both short and long supply chains. AWAN-AFRIKA provides agribusiness information to its members via social platform, and we are in the process of expanding an agri-tech e-hub and digital marketplace, which will have information on mechanization, on soil testing, on tools for quality control and traceability. We have launched a campaign, Retire the Handle Who to the Museum, which advocates for rural transformation through agricultural mechanization. By the way, I'm asking everyone in this room to please find the link at the end of this presentation and join us, because we need to advocate. We need to mechanize, and we need precision agriculture to grow this sector. Why technology in agriculture should be among the top priority in post-COVID era? Because the data before COVID-19 pandemic, we had $100 million turnover from our network. And what COVID has highlighted, it has done, is that 1% of our members lost revenue. They had reduced production at 16% because it was mostly dependent on labor. And the post-harvest losses because there was no technology or conservation techniques for them not to lose 45% of their crop or yields. And the fruit, of course, as a consequence, food price increased at 41%. There were heavy losses that were registered in almost all of the value chain, the fruits, vegetables, dairy, fishery, cash crops, because of the same thing, lack of technology. On the trade and supply chain, 88% were negatively impacted, could not trade even in the local markets, leave alone from one region in the same country, from one area to another. 88% were negatively impacted, and all the exports actually were on a standstill because of lockdown and the closing of airport and airspace. When it comes to digitalization, during COVID-19 pandemic, we have found that only 4.4% of our entire network had adapted to digital marketing. And 90% of those 4.4% were under 30. So the youth, obviously, are going to be the ones changing the way we transact in agriculture. What are the needs and what we need today to change this narrative? We call on the governments and development partners to invest more resources in technology in agriculture. I think we should go beyond a call on development partners. We should really, really advocate very, very strongly to be able to walk the talk. We also We need technical partnership for the acceleration of integrated agribusiness hub in each of the 5 region economic blocks so that we can accelerate growth in the sector. We need technical assistance and funding for training in digital literacy and precision agriculture because both activities are needed to catch up and mitigate the impact of COVID on the sector. The funding and technical assistance will also be needed for expanding and upgrading AWAN-AFRIKA agri-tech and digital marketplace because we have seen that with COVID, especially in the urban areas, they have been really, really depending on selling online, on selling their goods online. So precision agriculture is key in promoting and growing women and youth in agri SMEs, small, medium, and large enterprise. And we are really hoping that after this conference, there will be more bold actions so that we'll be able to partner, all of us here who are here, to be able to advance this agenda. Asante sana.